Okay, Friday morning in the kingdom, and it's 36 hours with no power. Or better yet, 36 hours sober for me. On frickin' real. And I slept in this morning a little bit, but that's okay. All right, so we got the wood stoves going, the welders going in the welding sleigh. So we woke up this morning to minus 10 Celsius, but feels like minus 16. And in the yo-yo scale, plus 17 Fahrenheit, but feels like plus 10 Fahrenheit. Oh, you see that? Minus 10 Celsius equals, or feels like plus 10 Fahrenheit. Also, too, Amazon has my 6th book in my writing career. Yes, it's part of the Hot Rod series or Naughty Natalie series. It's called Love is Trust. Yes, if you trust somebody, you love them. Not like an ex-wife or whatever. Yes, so that's my definition of love. Love is trust. And it's free from November 22nd to the 26th. Yes, link in the description. And also, too, at 10 o'clock last night, the government hydro company updated their website stating at 10 o'clock last night, they stated at noon today the power will be restored. Yes! 3 hours after they said it was going to be fixed yesterday at 7 p.m., they posted it's not going to be. Well, hello? No shit. Hello? Unreal. The lack of communication in a world of, how would you say, easy communication. But that's okay. And how would you say, we could see if we had a storm of the century or something and the hydro pole fell over or whatever. But there's nothing. There's no, how would you say, dramatic weather event that caused the problems. Not like on the West Coast. Those guys got lambasted. Unreal. But that's unreal. That's the new world we live in today, where the government cutbacks, everybody cutbacks, and and then the hydro pole falls over. Nobody cares. And for us up here as a community with no power for day 2, whatever, where's the media? Where's the news people? Where is everybody? The last time it went out for 3 days in July of 2022, they had a little cut and paste story, just like when the ex-wife does her book review for me. It was this scab together, and they said we had no power. That's it. Yada, yada, yada. And that was it. But the poor bastard who tried to drive an electric car or EV car from Winnipeg to Thompson, he was in the news for over 2 weeks. How he couldn't get his car charged up and everything like that. Hello? You pay no road tax or anything like that, so you should have a, how would you say, pay a special tax to drive your little electric thing. Yes. Oh, my voice. Oh, it was a rough night, and being sober, my health is going all to crap here. Unreal. But we survived. Now I'll include the videos starting at last night. I think it was 9 o'clock I scooted into WHO-ville for the staff. I'm so confused with the days, the nights. It's all unreal. And I'm just like a newborn baby. Have a nap, have something to eat, and then have a nap and keep going. Unreal. Alright, so I'll include the video here, and hopefully we get power today, because it's Friday of the weekend. Oh my. Okay, 24 and a half hours later, we still have no power. And the person who updates the government Manitoba hydro website that tells you what the outage was, posted it was supposed to be 4 o'clock. And then just before the person went home for the day, changed it to 7 o'clock. There's been no official updates or anything. So we're back to running the welder all night long, but that's okay. Now I have to skidoo into WHO-ville. Yes, it's 9:30 at night. The old guy's on the skidoo. I'm sober. I've had to stay sober, so I don't know which is harder, riding these skidoos, struggling with the firewood, or staying sober. So I got another battery for the staff, because she has to keep everything charged. Yes, unreal. So I'll probably leave that battery or bring that one back and give it a charge. All right, let's go for a skidoo ride in the dark, sober. This isn't going to be fun.
9:30 and my dad just came and dropped off another battery for me in case this one that I'm using dies. We're not sure how long the power will be off, but let's head downstairs and stock up the stove and get ready for bed. Hopefully the power's on by the time I wake up in the morning.
Okay, 10 o'clock in the kingdom, we had to switch welders. The welder in the shop there, I was losing 220 power. Yes, one side of the plug went dead. We couldn't figure it out, but it's in the welder itself. But the welder's almost 30 years old. It served us well. I was able to maintain the rest of the day with the 120 power, which is no problem. But then when the hydro's not updating their website, we know it's going to be an all-nighter. I need the 220 to keep the heaters going in the house. All right, so now we're running the welder there. Yes, the welder. It's in the welding sleigh, and this is the way we do it. So I just have to make a longer cord. It's all working out, and it's snowing good. So All right, so it's 10 o'clock. We can go in the house, relax for a couple hours, and then at midnight, back out here. It kind of reminds you of the calving season when I grew up down south on the farms and everything like that. Oh my, those are good times. I had hair back then. Now I'm an old guy skidooing, wandering around, cutting wood at midnight and all that crap. Oh my, I should retire. Just go to Shady Pines retirement home. Okay, 7:45 in the morning, and I was awake at 4 o'clock, and I figured just a little bit more for sleep because I have to get up at 5 to gas up the welder in the welding sleigh. But I slept in. A new meaning. I was in a deep sleep, and then when I woke up at 7:30, I went, uh-oh, no lights, no sound of the generator. But this is WHO-ville. This is everything. It's so quiet. It's so calm. This is the Great White North, or Wilderness, Alaska, but in Northern Manitoba, it is unreal. All right, we'll scroll this way. This gives a new meaning to the word quiet. Unreal. All right, let's check the oil, gas up the welder, and then we can get on with life.
Friday morning in WHO-ville, it's almost 8 a.m. and as you can see, we still don't have power. That was the second night in WHO-ville without power. Luckily, my dad has the welder and he has some power at the house and heat. So glad I have the wood stove. I am nice and toasty warm, plus I can cook some food and stuff. I had hot dogs last night, which was actually delicious. Now let's head inside, let the dogs out, and make some breakfast.
Okay, it's 8 o'clock now. We gassed up the welder, checked the oil. So we usually gas everything up every 6 hours, just like the cat trains. Crew changes were every 6 hours. So I was supposed to get up at 5 to gas it up. So most likely I ran out of fuel about 6:30, 7 o'clock because it was very warm inside the welding shack there, the welding box. So, but that's what I mean. We needed our sleep because it's been a long couple of days or whatever, and we're not sure when the power will come back on. Oh, these lips need some coffee to wake up, but that's okay. We checked the shop. We're at 50 degrees Fahrenheit in there, so that's good to know. And hose shack with the doggies, that's like 25 degrees Celsius in there. All right, and the dogs are awake. Here's one over here. Yes. She's not used to all these noises and sounds. Yes, all right. Let's go make some coffee, and then we'll get to see what's happening in the world.
9:30 a.m. and there's still no power in WHO-ville. My little helper came by to see how I was doing, and he told me the power's supposed to be on at 12 p.m. now, but you know, that's all lies. Even look at my Starlink up there. It's kind of snowed in. When the power does come back on, I'll have to go up there and shovel that off. It is heated, but I don't think it'll be able to heat that much. Now let's head inside and wait for my dad to show up. Once the power does come back on, I'll have to stick around the house anyways and make sure it gets nice and warm and empty out the freezer. I ended up putting a bunch of snow in my deep freezer because it was thawing out and I had nothing else to keep it cold with. So at least with a half a freezer full of snow, things are still pretty frozen. I just pulled out some pork chops for my dad and they were still frozen, which is good because there's a lot of food in there. 10 a.m. my dad just came to check on me, plus he grabbed his supper and brought me some dog treats. Now he'll head on back into the kingdom. He can have a normal day while I stay at the house and wait for the power to come back on. Even he said that it's supposed to come back on at 12 p.m. but who knows when it'll actually turn on. 11:30, I'm down in the basement. I have my water for rice cooking right there, and then we have some pork chops in that aluminum tray. Hopefully they cook by lunchtime because my little helper will be home at 12 p.m. They say the power is going to be on, but you never know. Decided to put the little aluminum tray inside the stove. I have a bunch of hot embers pulled to the front here, as you can see on the bottom, so it kind of gives me a little rack to work with. It is cooking pretty good. Once it's almost done, I'll throw in a can of cream of mushroom, and I have my rice water on top, so I just have to pour the minute rice in and wait a few minutes. Lunch should be good today. Just after 12 p.m. and lunch is served. Look at that. Mushroom smothered pork chops with rice, and you can't forget the soy sauce and pepper. My little helper showed up just in time to see me pull the pork chops out of the wood stove. Now we'll give it a taste test and see if it's ready. He also said the power won't be back on till about 10 p.m. tonight. What in the world is going on?
Okay, 12 noon and still no power. Nothing updated on the Manitoba Hydro's misinformation site. Yes, misinformation, all lies like a marriage. So over here we're gathering up our water. Yes, rainwater. in the form of being solid. Yes, we have to gather it up now. Yes, we laugh our head off. The town of WHO-ville has no water machine at the store and nobody cares. Yeah, just like we've had no power. Nobody cares. All right, let's continue the quest. Okay, the sweet sounds of power. Yes, life is normal in the kingdom. We have heat, we can cook, we can do everything. I made my toast this morning. Look at the flags. I haven't untangled them since this all began, but unreal. We have some brush piles here. Once we get Thor the plow truck going, this will be cleaned up easily. Also too, it is a good day today. The Department of Holidays didn't plow me in. They didn't put a 4-foot high windrow up. Yes, so they must like me today. Unreal. So that's a good day, but let's go have some lunch and burn it in the microwave. Okay, we're not taking a chance with the misinformation on the hydro website. So over here, we still have the talent. Yes, we used to do this all the time to keep the mini bike going when we were growing up, and Dad could never figure out why his gas mileage always sucked. Yes, oh well, I still have the knack. Not a mouthful of gas. Oh wait, I should have got a mouthful and then I could have washed it out with some vodka. What was I thinking?
1 p.m. and I'm just finishing up lunch. The mushroom smothered pork chops with rice was delicious and it was cooked perfectly. Now I'll head inside and let the dogs out and give them their lunch, and then we'll just wait to see if the power comes back on. My dad's supposed to come here at 4 p.m. to get my videos. 3 p.m. on the dot and we officially have power. I'm gonna wait around for a bit and message my dad and see what he's up to. Then I think I might head over to the kingdom, or he might just come here and get my videos. Not sure what's going on yet, but I'm so happy the power's back on.
Okay, 3 o'clock in the kingdom and the power did not come back on at noon. Yes, we waited till 1 o'clock and I still checked the, the misinformation website, and nothing, no response, nothing. So at 1 o'clock I went outside, started cutting firewood, and I also did some research. I Googled WHO-ville with no power and came up with the official government website, okay, for the hydro company. And it states, due to a tree falling over on the line, all these communities have no power. Okay. That's rather embarrassing that you put it down there, a tree fell over. So that means lack of maintenance on your hydro line. But then again, why spend $1 million maintaining the hydro line when a tree can fall on it? And we fix the problem right now for 100 grand. And none of us can go back after hydro for, recover the money lost and stuff like that. But that's the new world we live in today. Yes. And in the 2 communities just east of here that had their hydro hooked up last night at 8 p.m. they had hydro. They now no longer have hydro. So probably the new hire, named Brad, didn't tighten that cable clamp or that electrical fitting, and it fell apart because he was untrained for the job. This is unreal. So now we're going to go siphon some more gas and check out the wood pile. Okay, I think it would be more believable if the hydro company put down that a weather balloon crashed into the hydro line, you know, just like at Roswell. Remember that, Roswell? They had a weather balloon there crashing at farmer's field, and a bunch of little men were running around. So I think that's more believable, and people would believe that. But a tree falling on your hydro line, that makes you guys look like idiots. Yes, unreal. So over here, now we've seen that and learned about it, we cut lots of wood. Our biggest problem right now is I have too much of this big crap. Yes, this big crap. So I have to kick it aside, get down to the kindling, the nitty gritty. This stuff here burns nice when mixed with that. That burning alone in a low pressure system doesn't go. We need that. And we're not going to split that because what? There's 3 trees, 4 trees, 6 trees this year that we'd have to split. No, we're going to mix it in with this other stuff and call it good. That way we're getting rid of everything. So I think we'll be running the welder all night. Yes, all night again. So that means another night of no sleep for me, and I have to stay sober. I'm going to get pretty crabby. I might have to phone 1-800-DAISY-MAZE. Okay, to amuse myself till 4 o'clock when I get the screw into WHO-ville to see the staff, I went and got that toothpick we knocked over with Laverne in the tire drag. Yes, we're toothpick loggers. Yes, and that's a mini skidder. Yeah, that's a skidder. Yeah. All right, let's go get some get this handled so we can get everything put away. So we can't be late for the staff. Okay, after I finished that video, I went in the house and I seen the call display. Their call came in, and it was the spammers. Yes, the telemarketers. So they know when the hydro's hooked back up. All right, so we've gathered up everything. We're letting the welder cool down because it was running under load for I don't know how many hours. I haven't figured it out. We've been rushing to get everything done. We have to get the cords out of the snow because they'll melt in. Right now the cords are warm because current was flowing through. See the cords here? All right, let's go in. All right, this is a mess. Yes, this is a mess. We have to let everything warm up. But our biggest concern now is we have to bring everything up to heat. All right, we shouldn't be too bad because we've kept everything warm, including the house and everything. The people at WHO-ville, their houses are cold, their water lines are frozen, but who cares? We are in good shape because I write books about living remote. So we have to monitor this situation, okay? Because make sure nothing gets warm or anything, because you have to take that main breaker out to get those big fat wires to fit in there. Yes, it's like dancing with fat ladies. Oops, I shouldn't have said that. Oh, the ex-wife will be mad now. All right, but the power's back on. We have to monitor it. So the next 2 hours will be really crucial, but we have the heat up in here. Let's see what we got here. Look at that. It's warm in here. And same as the whole shack. All right, let me fire up the skidoo and I got to go visit the staff in town.
3:30 and my dad finally messaged me back. He said he'll come over at 4 p.m. and get my videos. Then tomorrow I can head over to the kingdom and hopefully get the skidoo out, do a quick service and bring it home because there is a lot of snow out here. I'm also going to keep the batteries and everything in case the power goes back out. 4 p.m. my dad has come to pick up my videos and see how I'm doing. Thankfully the power's back on. Nice little box on the back, but he came to pick up my video so I don't have to go to the kingdom and I can end my day.
Okay, we're short minutes, so we'll add from the power outage of July 2022 when we went 3 days without power, but we survived because we are, how would you say, we're used to living remote. Okay, Saturday morning in the kingdom, and we have no idea what the temperature is. Yes, take a look at that. No idea. Okay, it's after midnight. We just fueled up the generator. The welder, so we can run till 6 o'clock in the morning. Yes, we are in full lifestyle comfort here in the kingdom. We have the lights on in the house. We're watching YouTube or loading up the YouTube videos, okay? The power's been out since 4:30 this afternoon. No idea why. The 3 communities of the north here in the northwest corner of Manitoba, better known as Wilderness, Alaska, do not have power. But if the power usually goes out, it's 3 to 4 hours because the hydro guy has to come and flip the switch because nobody lives here anymore. But now they're posting on the government hydro website, the power will be returned on Sunday. Yes, Sunday. So that's like a long time away. But that's no problem because we're prepared for this. So we got the yard lights on, we got the cameras recording. I'm standing out here holding a stick. Yes. And I've been up since 4:23 this morning. I'm an old guy and I haven't had a nap yet. Yes. So this is just great. Of all things to happen on a Friday. Yeah. So it ruins the weekend. But plus we got a thunderstorm coming our way. So this will make it even more fun. All right. I better go have a snack. Probably peanut butter toast to go to bed. Because it seems that's about the only thing I eat and live on. But we've done this before. We're not usually doing it at this warm temperature. It's usually in the winter when we lose power. And the longest we've ever gone is 27 hours. Yes. I don't know what they're talking about, 3 days or something. I don't know. They're smoking the drapes. But that's the new world we live in. I don't know. Nobody cares. So officially we're off grid. Yes, we're off grid. So now I'll be barred from the off-grid Facebook pages again. Oh, these lips need some more beer, but I have to stay sober to protect my yard, for keep the power on. And also, too, we went to the staff's house and grabbed a deep freezer. Yeah, just dragged it out down the stairs and into the back of the trailer because there's no way we're farting around. So the stuff is here plugged in. We'll do a full video of that in the daylight. We don't frick around. We just grab it, get it done. We protect ourselves because nobody else is going to help us because we live in Wilderness, Alaska, but in Northern Manitoba. All right, I better go. Okay, after lunch in the kingdom, this is the welder we've owned for over 26 years. It served us well, okay? So we got the extension cords here plugged in, and we have the main power source going right here. It's all the welding cables. And also, too, we unplug the welding leads, okay? Because you got to remember that's a lot of current going around in a circle there. So you're creating a magnet. And the exhaust goes up and towards the wood stove here. Okay. When we run the welder in the shop, we don't power the shop, okay? Because we don't need anything in here. We run a trouble light or the lights or extension cords from the welder to create power to keep light functioning. In the winter, this welder puts up enough heat to heat this place to almost 90 degrees, so the dogs like that. So this is how we do it. This is now, okay, I should reword that. This is how not to do it. Okay, but this is survival. We're at the end of the world. This is survival. Either you're going to freeze to death, all your pipes, everything like that's going to freeze to death, or you could die, period. So this is this disclaimer, how not to do it. But this is the way we do it because it's all survival. Okay, so you got your power ones here. I'm colorblind, so I know the black is black and this goes that way in the ground or whatever. But this is the breaker that sends the power to the house. Okay, it's 100 amp. We have 200 amps coming up here, and I got it shut off in case the power does come back on. And this is the way we've done it for 25 years or 26 years, okay? It works, and it works good for us, but you got to remember you take care of it, and you don't have other people running through here or anything like that. We tie the wire onto the workbench there, or the shelves, so you don't trip over it. Oh, I got a cough here. Okay, I'm back. That was a good cough. We also use the heat gun or the temperature gun to see the wires to see if they're getting warm or anything like that. Because in the winter, they draw a fair amount of current because we're heating the house with baseboard heaters. So there's a fair amount of current going through here. Plus, this building gets really hot. Oh, I got the burps, but we had a good lunch. Yes, we cooked on the stove, not like some of the people of WHO-ville. But that's what I mean. Life is normal for us, but you have to keep on top of this stuff. All right, we're always taking the cover off the power panel. We're always checking everything because we only have the 200 amps coming in here, and you don't know what's overloaded, especially in the winter. So you use your temperature gun or heat gun to see what your temperatures are, because wires being loose or anything like that will cause heat, and heat makes fire, okay? Plus, we have to be on top of everything. We can't have it. We had this new breaker up here fry out. Okay, we had to replace it December 31st, 2014, okay? It just fried out. But also, too, we had electrical hydrometer problems because when we put the meter back on, it fried out, tried to smoke out the other one. So there was major problems or something with that. But the local hydro guy here came and corrected it, no problem.
Okay, the next 2 hours shall be interesting. We got to keep an eye on everything. We're back in the kingdom. That skidoo ride was cold, but we got everything going. We got the yard lights on. Everything's back to normal. And I dropped a beer in the snow. I can't drink the vodka or anything or Jack Daniels. I have to drink responsibly till we know the power will stay on. Because you got to remember those other communities lost power too, because they could have the new hires fixing the line that fell over because of that tree. All right, let's go walk the dogs, drink some beer responsibly, and make a video. All right, we'll talk to you later. And we survived the great power outage of 2024, but there will be more. Talk to you later.